Good morning, South Africa, and welcome to State of the Nation, where we take an honest and unfiltered look at the actual state of this country. If you enjoy the conversation, please support this channel by liking and subscribing, and join in the conversation by leaving a comment. We want to build a community for all South Africans that transcends race and gender and adds positively to the national dialogue. In 2024, the ANC will hemorrhage votes at the next general election, in no small part thanks to their incompetent handling of the electricity crises. Other political parties are desperate to win over those votes, and the EFF is circling the ANC like a hungry vulture. However, the EFF's tactic for winning votes is not to offer practical steps to end load shedding. Instead, they do what they do best: talk nonsense and engage in theatrical politics. This tactic was once again demonstrated by their call for a national shutdown. EFF leader Julius Malema said they plan a national shutdown on March 20th. He added, "The national shutdown means that there will be no school, no university, factories, and no business will be operating on that day." He also threatened, all municipalities and all major cities will be shut down, and there will be no work on that day. All major roads will be barricaded, and all ports of entry closed. Malema claims that this is to demand the return of electricity and the president's resignation. However, the EFF has consistently opposed the necessary steps to end load shedding. They strongly oppose private sector involvement in power generation and instead want more government control and nationalization of other industries. So, it needs to be clarified how they expect their national shutdown to have any practical impact on resolving the power crisis. How will shutting the country down increase generation capacity? Demanding something doesn't make it possible. Recently, the DA also protested load shedding, the difference being that they have offered practical and well-considered steps to end the crisis. The DA march was also a peaceful, legal protest that did not infringe on the rights of other citizens or interfere with the economic functioning of the country. The EFF has the right to protest if they want. However, what they are calling for is not a protest. The constitutionally protected right to protest does not allow you to break the law or infringe on the rights of other citizens. What Malema is calling for does both. As soon as you use the threat of force to get what you want, you are no longer participating in activism, but terrorism. Shutting down a school or a business is not activism, it is a crime. You don't have the right to interfere with any person's free will or rights. As a private citizen, the only property Julius Malema can barricade is his own. He does not have the authority or right to barricade any roads. Barricading roads is a crime, and so is threatening to do so. The fact that Malema could make these threats at a televised press conference and face no consequences is concerning. And if they are followed through with, there must be action from law enforcement agencies. We cannot allow a politician to call for his followers to commit crimes without consequence. The July 2021 riots taught us that reckless politicians could push the country over the edge. We have been far too accepting of the electricity crisis as a nation. Perhaps it is time that we unite and organize a peaceful, non-political protest to demand that the ANC relinquish control of power generation and allow the private sector to take over. However, the EFF's shutdown is not the way to do it. If the EFF cared about the country, they would know that the economy cannot absorb a shutdown. They would participate in finding real solutions to problems instead of performing theater for the media. They would realize how vulnerable this country is to anarchy, and not want to initiate a repeat of the July riots. A political party that cared about the people or the country would never call for this destruction. So, instead of shutting down the country, it's time we shut down the clowns and told them to shut up. If you want to know more about what is happening in the world, check out our sponsor's book, The Ministry of Truth, by Ethan Quinn. This book explains how identity politics is used to manipulate society.
Despite the propaganda, this is not a struggle between people of diverse cultures, races, or genders. In reality, the culture war is taking place to decide the fundamental question of our time: what sort of society do we want?